Okay, picture this scene. It's incredible. A huge battlefield, Kurukshetra, two massive armies just moments away from starting this epic war.
Right.
And then suddenly, the Star Warrior, Arjuna, he just puts his weapons down. The whole thing grinds to a halt.
Yeah.
This war, meant to be the dawn of Dharma, stops because of one man's conscience. So what's really going on there?
Well, it means we're diving straight into maybe one of the most profound internal struggles ever written down.
Okay.
Today we're looking at the very first chapter of the Bhagwat Geeta, drawing from Arjuna's dilemma, the dawn of Dharma war. And what's so striking is the text doesn't kick off with fighting.
No swords clashing.
Not yet. It starts with this deep internal battle. This chapter isn't just setting the scene, it's showing us something crucial. Real change, real transformation often starts not with a big action, but in these moments of, well, deep inner crisis.
Okay, let's unpack that. How does this pause even happen? The scene is set, Kurukshetra, the sacred field, Pandavas on one side, Kauravas on the other. Tension you could cut with a knife. And it actually begins with King Dhritarashtra. He's blind, he's anxious, and he asks Sanjaya, who has this amazing divine sight, what happened? What went down on that field?
Right. Sanjaya becomes our eyes and ears. And through him, we get Duryodhana's perspective first.
Ah, the Kaurava leader.
Exactly. He goes to his teacher, Drona, and starts assessing the Pandava army. He points out, their big heroes, Bhima, Arjuna, Satyaki. He sees their strength.
He's worried.
Well, he also talks up his own side. Bhishma, the grandfather figure, Karna, Kripa, powerful warriors. But there's definitely an edge. He warns Drona not to underestimate them. It's this mix of, bravado and maybe a little bit of fear. Very human, considering the scale of it all.
That human element, even before the battle horns. Okay, so Duryodhana is sizing them up, and then point of no return.
Then the conch shells blow, both sides. It's deafening. This is the signal. The war of Dharma, the fight for what's right, is about to begin.
You can almost hear it. Krishna's Panchajanya, Arjuna's Devadatta, then Bhima, Yudhishthira, Nakula, Sahadeva. The sound is just immense. Sanjaya says the whole battlefield shakes.
The whole earth and sky, yeah. Everything's ready. The energy's peaking. But then Arjuna, who should be leading the charge, turns to Krishna. Krishna's his charioteer, but also, divine.
Right.
And he makes this very specific request. He says, Krishna, please, drive my chariot out between the two armies.
Right into the middle. Why?
He says, I want to see them clearly. I want to see who I'm actually up against in this fight. He wants to confront the reality of it head on.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's intense. And Krishna does it?
Krishna understands. He guides the chariot right into that no man's land, the space between the poised armies.
And Arjuna looks, and what does he see?
He sees, well, everything. His own people, his teachers, cousins he grew up with, friends, his beloved grandfather, Bhishma.
Bhishma, who practically raised him.
Exactly. And Guru Drona, the man who taught him archery. They're all stand there, on the other side, ready to kill him and ready to be killed.
Oh, man. The impact must have been huge.
It completely floors him. I mean, this raises that question, right? What happens when your duty, which you think you have to do, smashes right into the people you love most? The text says his voice becomes shaken, sorrowful. He starts trembling. His skin feels like it's burning. And then the unthinkable happens. His bow, Gandiva, this legendary weapon, it just slips out of his hands.
Slips.
It's not just physical fatigue. It's like his whole warrior identity is collapsing under the weight of this emotional realization. The tools of war are suddenly useless.
He must be reeling.
Totally. He cries out, Krishna, how can I kill my own kin, my teachers? What good can possibly come from this slaughter? He's just overwhelmed. The text says his heart, full of grief, clouds his wisdom. He's paralyzed by sorrow.
And that leads to this defining image, right? The great hero Arjuna, the peerless archer, just lowers his weapons, sinks down onto the floor of his chariot.
Right.
Right there, in the middle of the battlefield.
He just sits down. The war stops before it starts.
Incredible.
So that's how the first chapter ends. Not with a bang, not with clashing swords, but with this profound crisis of conscience. Arjuna's despair, his breakdown, it isn't shown as just weakness. It's actually presented as like a doorway.
A doorway.
Doorway to deeper wisdom. It's precisely in this moment of absolute doubt and paralysis that Lord Krishna steps in and begins his timeless teaching. The crisis becomes the starting point for enlightenment.
That's a powerful way to frame it. And thinking about this, for you listening, this ancient story, it really hits something universal, doesn't it?
Yep.
We all have those times, maybe not on a battlefield, but times when our values, our loyalties, what we feel is right, seem to clash directly with what the world or our situation demands of us. Arjuna's dilemma forces us to ask, what happens then? And maybe, just maybe, those moments of profound internal doubt aren't failures. Maybe they're actually the ground where some unexpected understanding or even a whole new path we never considered can start to grow. Sometimes the bravest thing isn't pushing forward, but having the courage to pause. Something to think about, definitely.